If you're interested in getting your CDL license but do not have the money to afford it on your own, this video might be just for you. Hey everybody, my name is Rodney and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna discuss about people who's interested in getting the CDL license, but financially they're not able to afford it. So there's different ways to do that, but I'm just gonna focus on the way that I know that works. Okay, first you will need to do some research. You will need to do some research about the company that you're interested in, because there's the variety of companies out there. Big company, okay? I'm talking about Swift, Schneider, CRST, Prime, okay? You can look for one of those companies online, or let's say for example, if you have a truck stop near your area, okay, you could just like drive in like 2-3 minutes and then go there. These drivers always be fueling at those truck stops, right? You could ask like kindly, hey, is this company is good for you? What you like about it? You know, you could ask people. You could do this research, you know, physically the way I just described it, or you could always go online and dig in, you know, or do some researches, you know, about like what company is best for new truck drivers. So what you're gonna do when you're doing those researches, you're gonna look for, you know, like review how this company is treating people, and the one you feel like that would fit you the best, you're gonna stick with this one. Okay, now the second step will be called the recruiting department. So they have a recruiting department for each of these companies where they recruiting people. So you're gonna call the recruiting department. You're gonna ask about if they have the CDL program available. You're gonna talk to them about this program. You're gonna ask them, you're willing to get your CDL, but you don't have the money to afford it. So if they could help you out with that, and they will tell you if they have it or not. And the third thing you could ask them at the same time, depending on the answer you get from them, you could ask if they currently taking new people in. If they currently taking new people in, oh, I mean, that's perfect. You could just like, you know, ask more information about that, so you could know the next step will be the requirements, okay? The first thing, you do research about the companies you might be interested in, even though you don't have your CDL license yet, because they're gonna be the one sending you to school, okay? They're gonna be the one sending you to school, or sometimes they have their own CDL school, because they're big companies. They don't have to go outside of a private, you know, CDL or training school. Sometimes they be having their own CDL school available in some area. That's why you need to tell them, hey, I live, let's say for example, I live in Florida, I live in Miami. I'm interested in getting my CDL, but financially I cannot afford it. If you guys have any type of CDL training program available for people who's willing to get in, and you know, and stuff like that, they'll be telling you, hey, yeah, we have this program available, but you know, it's not in Miami, it's in like Orlando or something like that. Just, you have to ask, okay, to know exactly if they have it, okay, where they have it, and then what's the requirement. These are the first steps you need to know about. Now, after you get those information, you can ask now about like the duration of the program. Let's say for example, the program fits you. You feel like this is something like you could be using. It's not too far from you, and whatever, like they will be covering like, you know, a hotel or anything like food. I think they should do that, okay? Most of the time they will be doing that, because let's say for example you get into that program, you might spend like months to get your CDL, okay, depending on your ability. So you could ask about the duration of the program. Typically they could tell you it could take like 3 to 6 months or 3 to 8 months. So like I said, it will depend on your ability to learn. How fast can you learn? How fast will you get used to the equipment and move on, you know? After the duration, you could ask about the pay rate. Once you get your CDL, how much you will get paid once you start rolling, once you start going over the road. Let's say for example, the company start new drivers after you get your CDL. Let's say for example, the company start new drivers at 50 cents per mile or 40. Let's be more realistic for these new drivers. Let's say the company pay 45 cents per mile, right? because you went into the program, you will have to pay the fee. Sometimes they could take the fee out of like each mileage, okay, you get paid, or they could just take like fix an amount from each paycheck you get paid every week. Either way it works, okay. What I mean is, if you get paid weekly, you're definitely gonna get paid weekly. If you're going over the road, they're gonna pay like they're gonna get a fixed amount of your paycheck. If you get paid, let's say for example, as a new driver, $1,200 weekly, depending on the amount of mileage you want, okay, they could take out like $300, or you could ask them to take more out of it. So you could end up paying the fees that they sent you to school. You know, you will have to pay the fee for that. You will have to reimburse that money to them. So this is where you will have to ask them about the duration of the contract, okay. You will have to ask them how long the contract will last. Some companies will tell you have to be in that contract for 1 year, because you have to pay them during that period of time. You have to reimburse that money, because it's not gonna be totally free. There's no way of getting your CDL for free, okay. I mean, you're not gonna pay your own money to get it. You're gonna use the company resources to get your CDL. But once you start working with them, they're gonna like put you in a contract where you have to pay off the contract before you get out of it. Sometimes the contract could last 10 months to 1 year. Or if you want it to last shorter, you could just like increase the amount of the money they're getting from your paychecks, or the amount of money they're getting from each mileage you're driving, okay. So that way the contract will last shorter. Once you get out of it, if you don't like the way the company moves, you could just switch to another one. Or what you can do is, if the contract is not over but you want to move to another company, you want to get to another one, you can pay off the difference out of your pocket, and then you'll be good. This is the way it works. This is the way I know it works. Now, there's probably different ways on getting your CDL license without spending your own money. But this one, I know for sure, it works 100% of the time, and people been doing it and keep doing it, okay? So I hope this information help you. There's probably other videos out there showing you how to get it different ways, but this one I know for a fact it works. So let me do a quick recap. The first thing you will have to do, research about the company you like. Don't just like jumping into a company because your friends talk about it, okay. You have to do your own due diligence. You have to do your own research in order for you to know if it's gonna be a good fit or not, okay. The second thing, you will have to call the recruiting department of that company, because this is one thing you need to understand. When you call that recruiting department, they will be talking so nice to you. They'll be talking like everything is gonna be so fine. Don't fall for it, okay? Because if they tell you something, just think of it 50%. It might be true. It might be 50% true, and the rest is a lie, okay? Because they train to talk to you to make you feel comfortable, so you could get in. So they could own you. So they could own you for that period of time, okay? You have to understand that the recruiting department, the recruiter, is gonna be really nice to you. Number 3, you have to you have to ask about the requirements. If you wanna get into that program, you have to ask about like what would you need to be in order for you to be qualified. And number 4, you could ask about the duration of that program, how long it will take you to get your CDL license, okay. Number 5, you could ask about the pay rate. Once you get over the road, once you have your CDL, how much you will get paid as a new driver. Is it gonna be by mileage? Most of the, like 80% of the time, you're gonna get paid by mileage. I don't know, but yeah, 80% of the time you're gonna get paid by mileage. Ask them like how much you get paid, so you could have a little idea. Let's say for example, if you want 2,500 miles a week, so you could just multiply that by the amount of mileage, the amount of money you make per mileage, okay. Let's say they start you up with 45 cents per mile or 50 cents per mile. You know, okay, if they start me up with 50 cents per mile, I'll be making this amount of money, okay. So yeah, the next question, you could ask, you know, how much money they'll be taking from your paychecks in order for you to reimburse that money, that CDL money, okay. You could ask about that as well. Subtract the amount of money you're getting paid plus the amount of money they're taking, so you could have just a vague idea how much you will have left that's going to your pocket. And the last thing, you could ask about the closest facility. You know, if you want to be staying like not too far from home. If you don't want to be too far from home, you could ask about the closest facility they have to your hometown and whatever, so you could just see if it will fit you better. So that's what I have for you today. Hopefully you learn something from this. Hopefully some of these informations are gonna help you on getting your CDL without spending your own money. Okay, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be posting more stuff about, you know, CDL over the road. For now, because I'm currently a truck driver, I'm on my home time right now. Okay, I'm like, you know, taking my days off right now. So I'll be posting more videos soon. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.